Chapter 4, The Heat. A wide grin spreads across your face as you read the name Kowalski T off the open document on Tristan's laptop. Tristan, do you know what this means? He's found our killer. Hell, we've met our killer. Kowalski T has to be Tony Kowalski. You know, the blacksmith? My god. I think you're right. It's all starting to make sense. Let's take this step by step. Make sure we're not just completely jumping to conclusions. You review the public works record spread out on Tristan's bedspread, and the employment records on his laptop screen. Okay, Tony was a landscaper at the mansion on Blake Hill, and he was making knives for the new Hand of Mahara. Remember those medical textbooks we found in his shop? Ruby said the cuts to the heart were almost surgical, like a med student, not a professional. Tony also matches the killer's build and deep voice, hid things from us, attacked us when we met. As I recall, he thought we were members of Nick's little club. Or he thought we were on to him, and when he realized we weren't, he set us on a wild goose chase. There's really something there, but I think we need a little more to go off of. What? What about his wrist? When we fought the killer last night, he was injured. No doubt from the licking I gave him at the Iverson Gala. I bet you that Tony has an identical injury right this moment. Tristan leans forward, resting his chin on his hand. What I don't understand is the motive. How does it all connect? Why target Sonja and Bethany? Well, I'm not sure yet, but maybe your old friend Nick could help. I'd be curious to learn how he first met Tony. Good idea. Let's go ask him right now. Be serious, he's not going to be dumb enough to talk to us without a lawyer again. He might be if we surprise him in his favorite morning riding spot. Care to stop for some coffee on the way to the office? Sure, I could go for a cup. Tristan rises from the bed and the blankets fall away. He smirks when he notices the way your eyes trail over his body. Perhaps we should put on some clothes first. If we must. Tristan runs the tips of his fingers along your waist as you reach for your clothes, igniting a flare of passion in you. Okay, let me reiterate that. We must. Fine, spoiled sport. As the two of you set out to leave, Alice comes running across the apartment and laps at your feet. And where were you hiding? Your uncle dropped her off yesterday. She's taken up residency in my shoe closet. You have a closet exclusively for shoes? Not anymore. Alice slants her head, her feet paddling with anticipation. Look at the poor girl. She doesn't want to miss out on the action. I'm not sure who's got the puppy dog look down better, you or Alice. Alright, girl, you can tag along. Who knows? Maybe we'll see some action today. Not long after, Tristan's car squeals up to an outdoor cafe. Alice watches from the back window as you beeline for the nearest table. Nick looks up from a laptop as you and Tristan help yourselves to the two empty chairs. Fancy running into you here, Mr. Bastion. Oh, I was just getting into the groove, too. Whatever you two want, I'm not interested. Call me my attorney. I'm surprised that's how you feel, given the circumstances. What circumstances? We were just about to catch the killer. Congratulations, what do you want, a medal? How about an answer to one question instead? Lawyer. Come on, Nick. I know you want to be the guy who helped close the case. Think of what a great story it would be. Fine, ask whatever you want, but I'm not making any promises. Alright, how did you and Annika first meet Tony Kowalski? Who? Don't lie to us, he's your blacksmith you hired to make your knives and masks. No, you've got that backwards. That guy came to us, not the other way around. I don't know how he found us, but he contacted Anika after we first started getting big. So you weren't threatening him? God, no, not my style. The guy promised us custom gear like real random or hurrah used. Why wouldn't we agree? Up the mystique. Why didn't you mention this before? You never asked. Besides, I don't even know his name until now. He only contacted us when he had a new shipment. He's a nobody. One last question. Have you seen this before? Not this card specifically, but I obviously recognize the hand symbol. It's supposed to mean something? That settles it. Tony was lying to us from the start. Time to catch us a killer. 2 minutes later, you're in the passenger seat of Tristan's car as he speeds through the streets of New York. We'll need to move fast once we get to the agency. I won't let this guy slip through our fingers again. Then we'll require some form of backup. The two of us can't cover all the exits. I think I'm gonna need Thompson's people for this, not to mention solid evidence for a warrant. Luckily, I have an idea for where we can get our hands on something compelling. I mean, literally, you could just contact the mayor. You dial a number on your phone, running the call through the system in Tristan's car. Hey, Ruby. I'm hoping you can give me a miracle. How are forensics going on the victims from the mansion? So far, so good. Though I don't have many definitive answers yet. What were you hoping to find out? God, I love all the traffic coming by my house. It's wonderful. Hey, you know, then again, we are driving through New York in the car, so it adds a little bit of accentuation. I want to know who they are. Well, no solid idea, but they do have some things in common with each other, and with our other victims. They're all women, mostly mid-20s, varying body types, ethnicities, and they always come in sets of 3. Sounds like Professor Reese was an outlier. He doesn't fit the victim's profile. Nobody knew information. I don't think our friend Tony's finished yet. Wait, who? Do you have a suspect? Yep, the blacksmith. Tony Kowalski. Any chance you can pull DNA sample off that stuff we took from a shop? Consider it done. I'll get started right away. Perfect. Can you also have Luke check for priors and any connection between Callaway Museum, Ruth Iverson's Foundation, and the Black Hill Preservation Society? Oh, and the greenhouse landscaping. Perhaps he can also check local hospitals near the blacksmith shop for any John Does with arm wounds in the last 2 days. You can count on us. We'll let you know the second we have anything. You hang up and then quickly shoot off a text to Mafalda. Boss, we made a break in the case. A big one. Get Thompson in the agency and get ready to bring in a suspect. I'm feeling good about this one, Chloe. Let's not count our chickens yet. We still have to catch him. Soon after, you arrive at the agency, taking the steps 2 at a time. Inside, you find Luke at his desk, poring over several open files on his computer screens. Hey, Rose, Tristan. Glad to see you brought my favorite co-worker. Got something for me? I checked into Tony Kowalski's college records. You know, he was kicked out of school after an incident with a counselor. He told us he was still in school. Dude, are you surprised this dude keeps lying? The lies keep stacking up. What kind of incident are we talking about? Seems like a stalking thing. There's a copy of the complaint in the dossier I'm putting together if you want to read it. Diamond choice. Read Tony's dossier. Hit me. I want to know everything there is to know about the guy before we go toe-to-toe with him again. Well, like I said, he was a student for 2 years as his attendance started slipping, so they made him see a counselor. They made him? Wouldn't that information be protected? Oh, the records from the actual counseling are definitely sealed, and I'm not getting anywhere near them. So, where's this information coming from? The counselor in question wrote a letter recommending Tony's expulsion from the university. I got rather dark. Is the standard procedure for a therapist to recommend expulsion? Of course not. And if we can't access the records... Still, we know the most important part. All the promise in the history department was outweighed by whatever started him skipping class. Yeah, we're never gonna know about the therapist issue. Wait, history? He told us he was a nursing student. He auditioned plenty of nursing classes. Or audited, according to the advisor, but never actually enrolled. So that was a bold-faced lie? Where was he expelled from? I'll give you a hint. You've been there. You think back to your visit to Professor Reese at the university. Tony Kowalski got expelled from NYU? His advisor, maybe we know him. Are you saying you think he worked with Reese? Why not? They both study the occult, and it would give Tony a personal motive. I think Reese was Tony's advisor. See, this is why they pay you the medium bucks, Rose. And Reese never thought to mention that to us. He couldn't have thought this was irrelevant. Maybe he wanted to protect a former student. Maybe he wanted to respect the counselor's privacy. But if we had known, we could have saved lives, maybe even Reese's. Well, you know now. Here, read. Luke hands you the tablet, and Tristan leans in to read over your shoulder. You swipe the file open. Alright, we got Tony Kowalski, age 24, blacksmith, yada yada yada. Alright, initially, I felt that Tony was a young man from a difficult upbringing. As time went on, it became clear that Tony suffers from a psychiatric illness beyond the scope of my training, including rage issues and obsession with violent occult symbolism and symbology. Relating to his studies under Professor Reese, I referred Tony to more specialized care and ceased our sessions. I soon discovered Tony was stalking me. I filed for a restraining order and alerted campus security. Not long after, my dog went missing. I have a strong hunch he was involved. Needless to say, I endorse the committee's recommendation to expel Tony effective immediately. That certainly puts a light on things a little. You pass the tablet back to Luke, barely able to contain the tremor in your hands. It looks like Tony was escalating long before the murder. And that's, well, he's been looking into the hand of Mara long before that. Could this mean Sanja wasn't his first victim? I refuse to think a man who covers his tracks this poorly could have sustained an operation like this. You're right. He's not exactly thorough, but has anyone checked on on the counselor? Is she safe? She moved out of the state shortly after this whole thing. Works in private sector now. Good call, if you ask me. Well, it could take ages to track her down. We'll have to put the pieces together ourselves. Seems pretty straightforward to me. He was a troubled man already, well along the path to total creephood. Then he takes a class with Professor Reese about the Hand of Mahara, gets interested in studying it for his history thesis. So Reese shares his personal research project on the original members, including the location of the estate. Tony gets a job as a groundskeeper so he can get answers, and then he stumbles onto the basement like we did. And picks up where they left off. You return to your desk, hands still shaking. Tristan follows you, resting a hand on your shoulder. Are you okay? No, I'm frustrated we missed this, and I'm worried about what happens next. I understand, but a great investigator once taught me a lesson about moving forward. Glance over your shoulder at him. For once, Tristan's eyes are soft, a glint of humor dulled. He reaches down and stills your trembling fingers. We've done more for Sanja than I could have ever have done alone, and we're gonna catch a killer. Thanks to you. Don't sell yourself short, Tristan. You've been just as much a part of this investigation as any of us. Well, I'm glad you think so. I think so. I know so. You're not a total hopeless detective. Jacoby's loss is our gain, but a kiss would help improve it. I'm gonna go with Dracovia's loss as our gain. The agency is lucky to have you. I hope you know that. For a moment, Tristan's eyes appear a little misty. He blinks rapidly, placing a hand on his hip. I'm not so sure. I think these days I feel lucky to have found a purpose now that it's almost over. It's not over yet. We still have to catch the son of a gun. So we're still partners then? Always have been. Now, let's go stop Tony from finishing what the Hand of Mahara started before it's too late. As you turn you hear the door to Mafalda's office open behind you. I thought I heard you out here. Come on, we don't have time to waste. You follow her in her office. I could have sworn you two were just put back on the case yesterday. How'd you ID a suspect so fast? Lucky break. She glances down. Ready to catch a bad guy, Alice? That's a yes if I ever heard one. I think we're both ready for another round with this guy. Now on our terms. So, how solid is this? If it's not ironclad, Thompson will what? Kick your asses into Kingdom Come? Speak of the devil and he'll walk into your office. You turn to see Captain Thompson in the doorway, scowling. Hello to you too, Captain. In answer to the question, the lead is solid. Ruby's on her way with a smoking gun. Great! So you don't even have the evidence yet. What the hell am I doing here, Rose? Being a professional? I don't know. You're getting a few steps ahead of this guy for once. He keeps getting away because he keeps getting the drop on us, but this time, he doesn't know what hit him. Can you show me the courtesy of at least running me through what you do have? We found a connection between an old suspect and a landscaping company hired by the Preservation Society. Speaking of, Luke, any news on the ties between all the different businesses and entities? Yep. It so happens that the Callaway Museum and the Iverson Foundation both had work done by the Greenhouse Landscaping. That's pretty circumstantial, if you ask me, or a judge. Also, I've had a local hospital who saw a John Doe with an arm wound, consistent with the fire poker. He jumped a window to skip the bill. Could be unrelated. That's a long way to go from Blake Hill. She is cut off when the door bursts open, revealing an out-of-breath Ruby clutching a piece of paper. Sorry, got her as fast as I could here. It all comes down to the DNA, my dear Watson. I did a rapid DNA test and compared blood samples taken from Tony Kowalski and the killer, and it's a 99% match. I'm not a detective, but something tells me that's enough to get a warrant. Everyone bursts into motion at once. Thompson goes to call the judge, while you and Mafalda work on a strategy. Luke, I need maps of the area and blueprints of the shop. He's got a lot of tools he could use as weapons in a pinch. We'll need to be careful going in. Oh my god, my throat today. A few minutes later, Thompson returns. She claps her hands sharply, capturing everyone's attention. We have our warrant. The operation is a go. I've already have 2 SWAT teams on standby, and plainclothes officers running surveillance on the blacksmith shop. Well, that was quick. I had my doubts about this, but finding Blake House was a legitimate break in the case. I couldn't risk being wrong. The mayor would have my head if I let this slippery bastard get away again. Thompson? Just good work. Just, I don't feel like bickering or having shit today. Yes, you too, though my work's not done until after I have the guy in the cuffs. You can tag along and do a sweep for evidence after we're done. Excuse me? We're the ones who found the guy. We're not playing second fiddle. I'm not taking 2 unarmored civilians into a serial killer's lair, especially wounded ones. That's bullshit. You just want to take all the glory, as though that could have ever distract from the useless heel you've been so far. Think what you want, but no one enters the shop without a bulletproof vest. Them's the breaks. Okay, let me go to the military store and go get one. Be right back. Thompson heads for the door, pulling out her phone as she goes. Tough break. I know how bad you wanted to be in there. Actually, I do keep an extra vest in the office in case of emergencies. If you want to leave the charge, Rose, take it. I'll back you up. Wait, do you have one too? Like, how many of us can get a bulletproof vest? I'm just curious.
Back in black, we're now an unofficial cop with a PI badge. Yeah, let's bring in that taser while we're at it.
There's no way I'm letting this go down without me. Alright, the thing's a go. Let's roll the hell out.
Autobots, roll out.
Down the street from Kowalski and Son Blacksmithing, you, Mafalda, Tristan hop out of the car with Alice. You find Thompson in an alley with a dozen SWAT officers speaking into a radio. Suspect's name is Tony Kowalski, Caucasian male, mid-20s, bearded, brown hair, might be armed, definitely dangerous. I have something to add, it might help. You reach a hand out for the radio. Thompson hesitates and rolls her eyes and gives it to you. You speak into him. Listen up, I faced off with the guy before, but we're on his home turf now. You should know that he likes knives.
I can confirm he knows how to use them too.
So watch your blind spots, but don't pull any cowboy crap. Tasers, beanbags, unless your life depends on it. I want a confession today, not a body.
You hand the radio back to Thompson.
Alright, get into position. 2 bodies on every exit. The only way the guy's leaving today is in handcuffs.
Or a body bag. Chloe, where do you want me?
Outside and far away.
What? No! Not you two. Chloe, I haven't come all this way just to...
You give him a one-fingered push against a wall. He winces, putting a hand to his injury.
Ow, alright, point taken under duress. I guess it's just you and Alice then.
He kneels, unclipping the leash from her collar.
Take good care of her, okay?
The last of the SWAT team disappears around the corner. As you turn to follow them, Tristan catches your sleeve.
Hey, I mean it. Watch your back in there.
Don't worry. I'll come back to you.
You better. Perhaps there will be more of these on the other side.
Tristan steps close, planting a fleeting kiss on your lips. He pulls away quickly, leaving you wanting more. With motivation like that, I'll come back. I'll watch my back, my front, and my sides. You tear your gaze from Tristan's and then round the corner with Alice. You take a position against the front door, opposite to Thompson and Mafalda. At your feet, Alice waits, body coiled like a spring. What do you think you're doing? You said if I didn't have a bulletproof vest, I couldn't join. Well, I have one.
Okay, so plot twist. I don't know how many people have ever used a bulletproof vest, but listen, even Batman was susceptible to knives. Literally is one of his known weaknesses. So remember him, like, you know, complaining to, who was it, Morgan Freeman? Yeah, it was Morgan Freeman in the movie. He's like, I need something to prevent, you know, knives. And yeah, no, it was hard to do because, you know, they go right through. So, yeah. We're fighting a guy with knives, not bullets. You gesture your tactical outfit. Thompson scowls, or jaw hardening. You can't argue with that logic. Now, are we gonna stand around here all day and have a measuring contest, or are we gonna get in there and do this? Charges are set, Captain. We're ready to go on your mark.
I'll take that detonator. The SWAT officer looks to Captain Thompson for confirmation. When she nods, he hands you the handheld trigger device. NYPD! Tony Kowalski, we have a warrant for your arrest! She yells, you hear frantic rummaging from within. He's making a break for it. You squeeze the trigger. The doors explode off the hinges. Let's go! You hold your taser at the ready as you move into the front of the shop. You sweep the room, checking your corners, but it's empty. Your shop's clear. No sign of suspect. Thompson, Mafalda, and the SWAT team in or behind you. Alice runs to the mouth of the hallway. She stops growling. Looks like Alice has something. Did you find Tony, girl? Catch a scent? Looks like he might have taken off this way. Follow me and watch your back. And sides. You move down the hallway and steps out to plain view.
What's going on? Who are you guys?
Don't act coy with me. We're NYPD. Tony, no more lies. You've been caught red-handed. You can't fool me again.
Sorry, I'm not lying. I don't remember you.
Alice snarls at your side. Tony Kowalski, hands in the air.
Okay, easy. Tony lifts his hands. You notice a tripwire glint across the floor and a canister of acetylene across the hallway. What the? Catch me if you can. Tony turns and bolts to another door. Alice surges ahead, leaping over the tripwire. Let's go, team, after the suspect. Wait. Captain Thompson and her SWAT team charges ahead, barreling towards the tripwire. Yeah, homie, we ain't got time for this tackle. Grab Thompson's arm and slam her into the wall, stopping her movement inches away from the tripwire. What the hell are you doing? Saving your life. There's a trap. She looks down and sees a tripwire, eyes widen. Whoa, that was a close call. Glad you brought her along now. You take care of this. I'm going after Tony. Wait, we need to... Bye. You don't listen to another word. You leap over the wire and hurry through the door. Inside the adjoining garage, Tony is trapped in a corner, fending off Alice with a broom. Get away from me. As you enter, Alice glances away for a moment. Tony kicks her aside with a yelp, and you raise her taser. Hands where I can see them. Sure. Oh no, don't do this again. He lifts a nail gun and fires. You hit the deck, metal pinging off the wall. You look up to find him standing over you, the nail gun in your face. Easy there. Don't do anything you're gonna regret. Yep, let's have a talk about, this right now after he's literally killed numerous people. Yeah. Shut up. You don't know anything. You shouldn't even be here. Just then, Thompson appears in the doorway, a beanbag gun trained on Tony. Drop the weapon, Tony. Not another step, I'll shoot her. Whoa, let's just talk about this. There's nothing to talk about. I have a plan. I'm following her design. You don't understand. Tony, help me understand. There must be 3 sacrifices, 3 hearts to honor. If I don't complete the ritual, I can't transcend. What do you mean, transcend? I'll inherit the title. I'll become her true chosen. Everyone will know. Bang. Oh, villains. Villains who just go on and on about their plans. Thompson takes a shot and misses. Stop it. How do you miss a standing target dialoguing about his evil plans? How do you miss that shot? Before you can blink, the nail gun whips up. Tony squeezes a shot off at Thompson. It hits her square in the chest. Tony is distracted for a moment as Thompson hits the garage wall. You look around for a weapon. You literally have a taser. You die for your taser, because apparently it came out of your hand during all that. Roll behind a tool bench and take aim. My turn. You fire the taser at Tony, his body convulses, but he manages to pull the darts out. He rolls a nail gun in your direction, because apparently it was only one shot. You duck at it as it crashes over the bench. When you pop back up, he staggers out the door. No, I'm chasing. She's got a bulletproof vest. She'll be fine. Someone should be around soon. I'm going after Tony. You start towards the door, but Captain Thompson calls after you. Wait, take this. Catch that bastard for all of us. Captain Thompson retrieves her sidearm and offers it to you. Finally freedom to do what I want. I hope I don't need this, but thanks. More grateful than ever for the protective vest, you charge after him out the door. Alice, come on, girl. Except we haven't needed the vest yet. Alice leaps to her feet and runs out with you. In the alley behind the shop, you catch sight of Tony as he slams the door to a utility van. Get back here. It's too late. You can't stop me. He guns the engine, tires screaming, spraying gravel as he peels off. Alice rips off in pursuit as you pull out Thompson's gun and take aim. The tires. You squeeze the trigger, the rear left tire explodes, the van veers and slams into a wall. You can't escape now. You approach the driver door, gun up. As you round the corner, you find Tony wrestling with Alice in the driver's seat, her teeth around his forearm. Ah, call her off, call her off. Nah, feel free to chew. I'm gonna look down and tie my shoes. You rip Tony out of the car and onto the ground. Alice follows, attacking his kicking feet. It's over, Tony. Show me your hands. Get away from me. His foot connects, kicking Alice again. Again, I might add. Against the van. Before you can react, Tony rapes you to the ground and rolls on top of you, wrestling for the gun. Hey! Oh no, it's Tristan. Tony turns just as Tristan's fist slams into his face. Tony staggers backward, stumbles to the ground near the alley wall. Tristan quickly helps you up. Tristan, I told you to stay back. And I decided not to listen. You're welcome, by the way. Tony scrambles to his feet as the two of you surround him, and you yell into your radio. Can we get some backup over here? Suspects apprehended. Not technically, is it? Yeah. You don't understand what you're doing. We're so close. When I complete the final offering. Oh, the only thing you're completing is a prison sentence. You cannot stop the chosen! Tony charges towards Tristan, but he's too worn down from your fight. Tristan easily sidesteps him, avoiding the attack completely. Sloppy. Alice surges forward, grabbing hold of Tony's pants and angrily thrashing him. Listen, go for the nuts! Go for the nuts! I give you permission as a man. Go ahead. Exploit his exhaustion. Order him to stand down. Use Dracovian martial arts. Yeah, I'm gonna use some martial art. You think back to your sparring session with Tristan. Control the battlefield. You take a closed stance, wait, poised to spring. A chosen jackass. Tony whirls to face you. Come get some. He roars and lunges at you, but you're ready for it. You leap and tackle him with a spinning leg lock, slamming him into the pavement. Nice move. Where'd you learn that one? I'm in taking lessons from a friend. Tony struggles feebly as you pin his arm behind his back and reach for your handcuffs. No, I can't be. I'm Mara's chosen. I'm the warden of men. I am under arrest. Thompson clicks a set of handcuffs on Tony as you pull Alice off of him. What? What? Oh, what? We were literally handcuffing him, and all of a sudden, Thompson's on top of him and doing it, and we're wrestling Alice. What the Someone... Okay, is this a finale of the book? Because this is where they get sloppy. They always get sloppy. Good work, Rose. Let's not make this a regular thing, though. I couldn't agree more. While Thompson and SWAT team secure Tony, you and Tristan sit back, you breathe a sigh of relief. It won't bring Sonja, Bethany, or any of the other victims back, but at least we'll bring their killer to justice. I think this calls for at least one celebratory drink. You and Tristan return to the police station, following a small group of officers, leading Tony by the arm. Quick, where's Mayor Brigham? Which ironically is a play on Simpsons. And this is the precinct where you'll be charged. And those are the rooms where you'll be interrogated. And then step up ahead. Suddenly you're interrupted by a round of cheering from everyone in the bullpen. To Rose and Thorne. To the rest of the Genevosi Defective Agency? Question mark? Shh. Let them have this moment, Luke. Tristan leans over and whispers in your ear. What a peculiar feeling. One moment they're arresting us, and next they're applauding. Yeah, welcome to police. Don't expect it to last. You head over to Luke, Ruby, and Mafalda. Someone pushes a glass of champagne into your hand. Speech. Care to do the honors, Chloe? I think this belongs to you. You tap the side of your glass, quieting the bullpen around you. What the hell is up with the needed repeat of that sound? Today's a good day. I want to thank everyone who made it possible despite most of you getting in the agency's way. Oh, god damn it. You eye officers Hallbeck and Morris standing in the back of the room. Let's not focus on that today, though. Instead, here's to NYPD getting its act together. Ooh. Yeah, no, that'll be the day. No, NYPD I have no faith in. Justice for the victims. Sonja Dormer, Bethany Ducato, Winston Reese, and who knows how many others. They are the people who matter today. May they all rest in peace, knowing we've apprehended their killer. You lift your glass as a few grumbles echo across the crowd. Oh, boo-hoo. You have a real way with words, you know that? Hey, if it wasn't for us, NYPD would have, like, thought it was Tristan this whole time. I've put up with enough bullshit to last a lifetime here. They don't deserve a praise for work they didn't do. Exactly. You got that right. Mavalda approaches to shake first your hand, then Tristan's. Captain Thompson follows right behind her. Excellent work, both of you. You've done me and the agency proud. Gasp! Praise from the boss. I feel all tingly. Is this normal? Don't worry. I'm sure we'll do something to piss her off again soon. Yeah, give it 5 minutes, you know. Get a running start. In the meantime, I think we have a suspect to talk to. Care to join, Tristan? You'll have to wait a bit on that. We have to finish booking him first. Not to mention, we need to patch him up after the ass-kicking someone gave him. You're welcome. Also, yeah, no, Alice is great, too. Thanks for asking. Sorry, someone's... Then I guess I'll get started on the paperwork instead. You and me both, but answer me this. How'd you crack the guy's identity so fast? Well, see, I was laying in bed, you see, and, the bed was squeaking. We got lucky with some public work records. Then I'll need those files for the report. We can't let anything get overlooked. I believe they're still at my apartment. I'll bring them tonight, when I come back to interview Tony. See that you do. Outside the steps, you and Tristan take a moment alone to get a breath of fresh air. We literally had his DNA. It's an open and shut case with that. The paperwork's just a formality and should be supplied to the DA. Anyway, moving on. Good lord, it's crowded in there. Yeah, what did you expect? There's a lot to celebrate. The great PI Chloe Rose solved the case. You weren't exactly a bystander. So what will you do with your evenings now that you don't have to chase a serial killer? My nights will be spent with a certain prince. You know, except he has to go back to Jakovia. Which prince? You have to fight him because I will. You share a laugh, a warm familiarity in the air between you. Tristan reaches for your hands just when the door to the precinct opens behind you. I'm not interrupting something, am I? Yes, can you come back in 5 minutes? Nope, just escaping a lot of people I don't want to talk to. You and me both. Maybe I can offer a better alternative. I wanted to invite both of you to a dinner at my place tonight to celebrate. Dinner at the boss's house? What an honor. Luke and Ruby already said yes. You're invited too, Tristan. My daughters would love to meet you, and God knows we'll have enough food. I should really get those files for Thompson. Those can wait a few more hours. We caught Tony dead to rights, and it's not like the trial is tonight. Come on, let me feed you while my family talks your ear off. What do you say? Diamond choice. I like her black outfit. It's really nice. Don't at me. I'm a simple man. I really am. Your dinners are world-renowned. I'm in. Can we bring anything? You've never had a dinner in an Italian house, have you? I've had dinner in an Italian castle. We'll have more food than they did, trust me. Just bring yourselves and maybe some Tupperware. I'm hungry right now. I really am. I haven't ate. It's been like 24 plus hours since I ate. A short car ride later, you pull up outside a modest house outside the city. Ruby and Luke arrive at the same time. Hey, Chloe, Tristan, isn't this exciting? Ruby, it's dinner at the boss's house. We do this every month. I must say, this is not what I was expecting. Yeah, the boss is very suburban in her downtime. The front door swings open. She's filling the frame. You hear a burst of teenage shouts from inside. Glad you all didn't get lost. Come on in. We went inside where Mafalda's wife, Teresa, greets you with a hearty hug. Thank you for inviting us to dinner. Of course, you solved the case. How could we not celebrate? But before we dive in, you'll have to introduce me. Well, this is Tristan. He's, the root cause of this feast in a way. Oh, you must be the royal client. At your service. How long before dinner? I smell lasagna. Luke, you're a guest. It's fine, go sit down, I'll get the girls. I mean, listen, just because you're a guest doesn't mean you can't ask, hey, how long before you num-nums? You all crowd around the humble dining table of Mafalda's 3 daughters, sprint down the hallway into the kitchen. Tristan, these are Mafalda's, and Teresa's daughters. Chi-Chi, or Cece. Chi-Chi. You know what? Chi-Chi would have actually been a good name, actually. Gabriella and Leah. Hi. Are you the prince? I am a prince. It's my honor to make your acquaintance, little princess. My friends aren't gonna believe Tristan freaking Thorne came here for dinner. They will when I take a pic. Girls, you know the rule. No phones at dinner. Now sit and join us. Mafalda's daughters grumble, but they take their seats as Teresa pulls the lasagna out of the oven. I've never had homemade lasagna. Seriously, only the microwave shit, and it's sad, it's depressing, it's not real. Baskets of steaming rolls and various dishes trade hands at the lightning speed as you all tuck into the meal. Pleasant chatter filling the air. Did you catch the bad man? Well, the detective chased him into the alley, where I was waiting. You're like a TV show. How come nobody gets this excited when I talk about work? It's probably because you're always sending me to do the fun stuff. Face it, Mafalda. You're behind the desk most days, not seeing the action. Maybe next case, you and I can reverse our roles. And have you face off against the killer, dear? Absolutely not. Mafalda sighs, looking over at Teresa. Happy wife, happy life. Ah, yeah, I love that rule. It's such a one-sided rule. Because nobody looks for the man's happiness. At least most people. I can't believe you caught him. All thanks to me. I'll smack this lasagna in your face. Last I checked, Luke, you weren't part of the team that chased Tony down. Yeah, but you never would have even known to go after him without my hacking skills and those public works files. Could you teach me how to hack? I could, but your mom would have my head. No, I'd let Mafalda handle that one herself. Trust me, Luke. I'd be more than enough on my own. I know we've had our share of toasts today, but this feels like another fitting occasion. Tristan tops off his wine glass and raises it to the table. We started the case not so long ago with nothing to go on but missing Dracovian and our broken cell phone. And in the very short time we've all been working together, you have become some of my closest friends. He looks at everyone at the table. His gaze lingers on you the longest. But I'm waiting to say, or what I'm trying to say is thank you for everything. Tristan, I think this is too emotional for dinner. We should be celebrating our big win, not getting a maudlin. I am celebrating. I owe it to Sonja's memory to give her credit, to the people who brought her to justice. To the detective who took on the case like a dog with a bone, who never gave up on her. You did her proud too, Tristan. So, Thorne, you given much thought about what's next, now that the case is over? Honestly, not really. I suppose it depends on whether I still have a place as a hobbyist crime fighter. Though, all of it will have to wait until I take care of a few things in Dracovia. His words send you back to your talk with Margaret about Tristan being called home. It's weird not having you around. I've kinda gotten used to the irritation and the bad cologne. Hey, I like his cologne. I was thinking of getting you some. Chloe, what do you think? About his cologne? About the little arrangement coming to an end. I think we should cross that bridge when we get to it. A few things would need to be ironed out, after all. Like a good salary if he works for the agency. And a title fitting of a prince. Perhaps the good detective can help with negotiations. Only if there's a raise in there for me. We'll see. You sigh heavily, your mind still on the inevitable future. Mafalda gives you a curious look as the conversation moves on. Hey, so is it true you've been attacked by assassins before? Only one, and it was more of an attempted kidnapping than an assassination. I heard you're not allowed to leave New York.
do you have a pet pony? How big is your castle? Can I visit it? Girls, don't overwhelm him, though I have wondered what Jacoby is like. The conversation turns lighthearted once more as hours pass, and Teresa stuffs everyone to the brim. A few hours later, you and Tristan are on your way out, freezer bags of food in your arms. You sure you don't want to stay a little longer? I've got some cheesecake we could pull out. Oh my god, woman. Oh god, please, no more. Tristan, start the car. I'll hold them off. Bye, Prince Tristan. Goodbye, Princess Leia. We will have a marvelous tea party next time. Tristan heads to the car as Teresa shepherds the girls inside, but Mafalda catches your arm before you leave. Is everything okay, Rose? You've been acting off all night. The short version is Tristan has to return to Dracovia soon. They're looking into an old charge, and they'll probably railroad him on then. I want to help, but even if I know how, I'm not sure it's my place. Look, I won't tell you how to live your life, but if there's something you want, speak up for it, and worry about the backlash later. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. You'd better. Now get some sleep, because I'll need you rested tomorrow. This case isn't over until the gavel falls. You bet. We need to get those files for Thompson, and then it's Sleep City for me. She thumps you on the shoulder, then goes inside as you climb into Tristan's car and head back into the city. Tristan's car glides across the town on the way to the apartment. Buildings blur by as your stomach settles. Do you think the media has gotten wind of the arrest by now? Definitely. I'd be surprised if the station isn't crawling with reporters when we return. We'll have to go through the whole song and dance with them, probably with the mayor too. You'll do great. I'll be right by your side the entire time, and Margaret could scare something up to help you look the part. Why do I get the feeling you're about to pitch me on a fancy outfit? Tristan grins, pulling out his phone and calling Margaret. Hey Max, thought I'd check in. Why do I feel like before I click further that something's about to happen and this isn't the finale? Why do I get this feeling? Check in. Where have you been? I've been trying your phone for hours and you're not here at your apartment. You really need to stop letting yourself into my place. I just wish you'd stop ignoring my calls all the time. Margaret. In his defense, we've been busy catching a killer. Wait, the one who killed Sonja, you solved the case? Oh, you should have been there, Max. It was exhilarating. I haven't felt so alive in years. You hear a sigh, and then the tone in Margaret's voice changes. I'm glad you were able to wrap the business up before going. Mother and Father want you home. Hang on, I thought we had more time. You can't inform them I don't care to go yet. Let me rephrase. The King and Queen of Dracovia have tasked me, the ambassador, with bringing the prince home, and it's not a request. Damn it. How long do I have? The jet is scheduled to leave at 10 p.m. tonight. I thought we could eat dinner and then head to the airport. I'm sorry, I didn't have much of a choice in any of this. Margaret. Doesn't Tristan get a say? My say is choosing whether to go easy way or the hard way. What's the worst they can do if you refuse? It's not like they can exile you again. If he doesn't come home with me, they'll go through legal channels and activate the Homeland Accord. Which means he no longer has diplomatic asylum, I guess, in a way. The what? It's not used very often, but the U.S. has an extradition agreement with Dracovia. The Crown can summon any Dracovian home at will. Your government would have to oblige. Who knows? You might have to arrest me yourself. That's not right at all. Right has little to do with this. We're on our way now, Max. We'll see you. We'll be there in a few. You hear a doorbell on the line. Oh, that was fast. Why didn't you tell me you were already here? Because we're not. But she has already lowered the phone. You hear her footsteps crossing the apartment, voice distant.
Hang on, I'm coming. Did you forget the key? You expecting company, Tristan? He shakes his head as the door creaks open. What the? Let me go!
Max, what's going on?
Ah, God, help! Someone help!
Phone abruptly disconnects. I thought she had lowered the phone or left it, or I'm confused. Damn it.
Step on it, Tristan. Murder it neither.
Look at that. I was right.
Alright, well, without further ado, thanks for watching. Love your beautiful faces. Please remember to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. It'd be great to have you here. Again, every single day. Even if I got a really bad sore throat and not feeling the best, and I've pretty much been through hell, I'm always trying to put out the content for you guys. So it'd be appreciated if you would just support the channel in any and all ways that are possible for you. Thanks again for watching. Catch y'all later. Peace out.